Hey, what is up, guys? I'm Nate. We're back from the vault. Today we're going to be talking about Alien Romulus. I had the chance to watch it yesterday on opening day, and I have a few thoughts about it, so stay tuned. But before I get into all that, I do want to say, please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel, and be sure to hit that bell below to be notified on all future videos. But before I get into the actual movie, I kind of want to talk about the theater experience. Now, I'll say my theater experience with Alien Romulus was not the best, and I'll say the reason why is the theater. I live in Alabama, and just kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the theater that we have is not very good at all. The entire auditoriums are run down. They're using like old projectors that are not worth a shit. So I noticed before the movie started, all the commercials that it was showing, all the trailers were very dark. Any scenes that were like dark were like you couldn't make out what was happening at all. And so I questioned whether or not I should even watch it last night. But I was like, I'm already here. I bought the tickets. I'll just watch it anyways. So I'll say I didn't let that affect my experience watching Alien Romulus at all. But I can say there are times where I couldn't see scenes as good because our theater, there are times where we went to go see a movie, me and my wife, and they left like the lens cap on. You could tell there's like a cap on the projector, so the whole movie's playing with a weird brownish filter, if that makes sense. I assume that's what it is, but our theater has never been super great. It's like a hit or a miss with certain movies. We went and watched Deadpool and Wolverine a while back in the theater. The auditorium that we were in was great. This experience was really good. Everything seemed just fine. But then for some reason with Alien Romulus, which I thought would have been a big enough movie to have the best setup possible, but I guess they don't think so because it was not a pleasant viewing experience. But that, again, I did not let that affect what I thought of the movie at all. I still, what I could make out of certain dark scenes, I thought were incredible. So I guess I've already let the cat out of the bag. I loved Alien Romulus. I thought Alien Romulus was great. It was a love letter to Alien and Aliens, Alien 1 and 2. And I think it's definitely what this franchise needed. I think coming from Alien Covenant, which I did enjoy Alien Covenant, I didn't think Alien Covenant was what I wanted it to be, though. So I think coming from that to this was incredible. I've seen people joke about it being a legacy sequel and calling Kaylee Spaney rip-offly. I don't see that. I think Kaylee Spaney does an incredible job. Everyone in this movie does an incredible job. I loved all of the performances. The use of practical effects was incredible. You don't see a lot of that in newer movies. So I think this movie is incredible. I loved it. Fede Alvarez, the director, he did Don't Breathe, and he did the Evil Dead remake, and so he does an incredible job, and it shows here. I seen them hype up all of the stuff about this movie, saying that he put so much time and effort into trying to perfect this world that Ridley Scott helped create, and so I think it definitely shows. I think Fede Alvarez put in the time to really understand the entire world of Alien, and I just loved it. I thought it was incredible. I think everybody does a great job. I think it does things for the Alien franchise that I had not seen before. A lot of things in this movie I wouldn't have expected. And if you like Alien and Aliens, this is the movie for you. So it definitely combines the two. It combines elements from the two. So you've got the survival horror of Alien. There's a clear sense of an unknown monster and trying to find ways to defeat it. But then there are also, there's segments where they do know things about it. I won't get into that too much because it'd be a giveaway. But they kind of like, if you know anything about this movie, it's set between the first and second movie. So I think it's set 20 years after the first movie. And they're on you have Kaylee Spaney, who's trying to get to another planet. And she can't afford to get to this new planet because the company she works for has now upped the price of travel to this planet. So she can't afford it. So she's got to come up with the money. She goes to her friends, and her friends know about a ship that's drifting near their planet. So near the planet they're on. So they decide to go up into orbit and then try to get onto this ship and steal items off of it so they can make enough money. And when they get there, it's not a ship. It's an entire rig, and that's all I'll say. Per usual, chaos ensues. So it's an incredible movie. It again, I loved it. I thought it was great. There are plenty of callbacks to the originals, and it's the legacy sequel that I think we needed. I think we needed for sure. So Kaylee Spaney does an incredible job. There's a guy in this film. I can't think of his name right now. He's incredible. The actor does an incredible job, and so there's so much that I loved about this movie. I think it's like I had said, it's a perfect blend of Alien and Aliens. So there are elements in this film that are survival horror, then there are elements that are action like Aliens, and it all blends really well together. And for a modern film, there aren't a lot of modern horror or sci-fi movies that I enjoy, at least not recently. But I love this. I thought this was incredible, and I didn't know what to think about it. When I saw the trailers, I thought, it looks like it might be good, but I can't really tell. But knowing Fede Alvarez was attached, I knew it had potential. And then seeing all the stuff that they hyped up about it made me even more interested. I went and caught the anniversary screening of Alien in theaters, and they played like a little before the movie sit down with Ridley Scott and Fede Alvarez. Sorry, I got something in my throat. So Fede Alvarez, Ridley Scott sat down. They talked about Alien Romulus and the legacy of Alien, and that got me even more hyped. So my expectations were blown away. The poor lighting of this projector did not affect my viewing experience much at all. It just made it hard to see certain scenes, but overall, I loved it. I thought it was great. The alien is menacing as ever, and it's a great film. There are a lot of elements in this that I didn't expect, that were new to me, to the Alien franchise. I hadn't seen it done before, and so it's just really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I really can't wait for that 4K to hit, because I want to give this a rewatch. I may go rewatch it before it's out of theaters. That's how much I enjoyed it. So far, it's one of my favorites of the year so far. It definitely has been an addition to my list of favorites. So I seen people complaining about the writing and some of the dialogue and stuff. I didn't think that it was bad at all. I think it was a great film. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So I can't wait for that 4K to hit. I'll be rewatching this often. I feel like it's one of those that I could probably revisit often. And yeah, like I said, I may go rewatch it before it leaves theaters. I thought it was that good. I'd love to see it with the perfect lighting, because again, there's a lot of this movie is dark. I'll just say that. There are a lot of scenes that are dark in the theater. Again, I could hardly tell what was, and this may even just be the movie, but I don't think it is, because there are trailers and previews before. It was so dark I couldn't tell what was even happening on those either. So I've seen those same trailers in a different auditorium, and they look perfect. So I really do think it was just a poor choice of auditorium for them. And again, this has happened a dozen times. And my local theater, I'll just kind of go on a rant a little bit. There's no reason for them to be charging as much as they do for tickets if the theater is as run down as it is. Seats are torn up. Some of them don't have arm rails. Some of them don't have the cup holders. It's really bad. If anyone watching is from Alabama, I'm not really going to say where I'm from, but central Alabama, I guess, rural Alabama, and you have these theaters like this that are just run down and toasted. I I don't know. I can't. That's one reason I don't see a lot of movies in theaters, because a lot of the a lot of times I go to the theater, it's destroyed. The auditorium is destroyed. So, Alien Romulus, I loved it. I got this really cool popcorn bucket, which I'll show off now. So here's the popcorn bucket, and as you can see, it has a tail, which goes around to a face hugger. I really enjoy this design. I really like this design, but I wish I had a Cinemark near me, not an AMC. I would have loved to have got the Cinemark or Regal items that they had. They had a really cool xenomorph head that I would love to have had. But, this is the best I could do, and I really, really love this popcorn bucket. I think it looks sick. And the fact that they move, I mean, that's kind of cool too. I don't know. I just think it's a really cool thing. It wasn't super expensive either, so it was pretty affordable. I think it was worth getting. So yeah, Alien Romulus, I think it's a great addition to the Alien franchise. I think it is a really fun movie. It's really entertaining. There's a lot of tension. It definitely, again, it has that the first Alien movie, the same tension, survival horror elements of the first film, and all that works so well in this movie. I'm a big fan of the Alien franchise. Always have been. I've always really enjoyed the xenomorph as a creature. It's always been very menacing to me, and so I had high expectations going into this. I thought it would be, it's gonna be hard to top, Alien or Aliens, and I feel like it didn't top them, but it definitely found its place alongside them. I'm not a big fan of Alien 3. I don't know why that movie is so bad. It's just because, David Fincher, I think, directed it, right? Which is just boggles my mind on how that happened. So Alien 3, not that great, and the rest not much great, or not much better. But I did like Alien Covenant, and I did like Prometheus. I thought those two were good for a modern Alien film. But this new one is just, I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was really good. If I had to rank them, I'd probably put Alien Romulus at the third spot, next to Alien, Aliens, and then Romulus. So that'd be like 1, 2, and 3. And then the rest follow. Probably Alien Covenant at fourth, and so on. So I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. And yeah, that's my review. This is just a short little rapid fire review. I don't do a lot of these for like movies I go and see in theaters, but I'm gonna start trying. I just really want to kind of give my thoughts on the movie now while it's still in theaters. So if somebody saw this and they were trying to make up their mind on whether or not to go see Alien Romulus or not, I give it a high recommend. I'm sure I know everyone has different opinions. On my scale, Alien Romulus is probably like a 4.5 out of 5. It's like right there. It's a really fun movie. So Alien, do with that what you will, but Alien Romulus is a very fun movie, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, that concludes the video, guys. Again, if you like this kind of content, check out the channel, and we'll see you next time.